Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Emily and welcome back to my channel where I review, critique, and summarize scary children's books. Today I am going to be doing another episode of analyzing Goosebumps, and I thought why not make this into a reading vlog because I've never done a reading vlog before, but I really like to watch them and I haven't read this book in a really long time. Before I get started reading, I am going to just cut in a little clip here that I filmed choosing what book I'm going to read. I actually just left it up to random chance this time, so I'm gonna cut that in right here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm having trouble picking my next Goosebumps book for my next Goosebumps video, so I decided that instead of picking something that I just know that I'm going to like, I am going to actually pick randomly. So the way that I'm gonna do that is I've been in my videos tending towards talking about the earlier Goosebumps, so we're talking like 1 to 20-ish. So I figured that I would use my lovely trusty D20 and I'm going to roll it, and whatever number comes up, I am going to analyze the Goosebumps book that corresponds with that number. I just have another Goosebumps book here and it has a list of all of the ones that came before it out, so I'm just gonna use that as a guide. I wanna give a really quick shout out to my friend Valerie for getting our group these D20s last time she was here and we were playing D&D. Thanks, Valerie. Bet you didn't think that I would use it for this particular thing. Okay, I got 16, if you guys can see that. Ooh, yay! Okay, it's One Day at Horrorland. I have no idea if you guys could see that, but I'm gonna grab the book. I remember loving this book as a kid. I've never reread it again as an adult, so I think this is gonna be really fun. Who knows what's gonna come out of this book when I read it now. So yeah, future me will read and analyze this. Super excited. So yeah, that was a few weeks ago already. I have been super busy and finally today I get a day off with nothing to do. I just get a day to myself. So I think I'm going to gather up all my stuff and go to a park. It's gorgeous outside. And yeah, just do what I do best. Read Goosebumps. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, what's up guys? I made it. It is so hot right now, so I'm really glad that I brought my hat and this iced coffee. But yeah, so I'm gonna get reading. So talk to you guys in a bit. I love this cover art, you guys. I feel like it doesn't have much to do with the story other than the fact that like it's a sign for Horrorland and the kids go to Horrorland. But I don't know if there's like a big green monster or anything. A lot of Goosebumps books, the covers just don't have anything to do with what's actually inside. But yeah, like I don't remember if there's a green monster in this at all. I don't remember anything about this. This is a like funny little aside. There's a part where the main character here, Lizzie, tells her dad that nobody says chill out anymore. And I bet when R.L. Stine wrote this in, I think like 1994, he wouldn't expect that everybody would be saying chill. Okay, I moved to the shade and now I am a lot happier. All right, so I read up until chapter 3. It's funny how to read Goosebumps and just see how inspired by other like horror movies and stuff R.L. Stine is. Everything seems so familiar, right? There's a family, they're in a car, they're somewhere in the desert, they're trying to find a theme park and they are lost and can't find anybody. And if this were a horror movie, they would probably sort of happen upon a creepy gas station where the gas station attendant told them like not to go wherever they're trying to go, right? But that is one of my favorite things about reading Goosebumps as an adult, is that it's such a rewarding experience if you are interested in horror stuff, horror movies, horror books, etc., because he's so referential to everything. Oh, sidebar, this billboard is in the book. It's like the first chapter's cliffhanger where there's a monster that they think is real, but it's actually just part of the billboard display. So yeah, that's kind of cool. There are trucks behind me right now. And there's a crow right next to me, if you can hear that. Just going for it. So I just finished up until chapter 9, and it's so funny how useless parents are in all Goosebumps universes, because the kids have to be the star of the show, right? So parents are either like useless or even like obstacles. So in this one it's so funny, like the dad, Lizzie's dad, is you know, he's got some like logic, like he's a little bit worried about the situation. They like drove up to this theme park, it's deserted, their car explodes immediately after they leave it to go into the park. And he's like freaking out, which is like what I would do in that situation. But Lizzie's mom is like being like, no, it's okay, like let's just have fun in the park, and then, you know, they told us that we'd have a ride home, it'll be fine. So yeah, not a whole lot of logic there. A part that I don't think we're meant to take all too seriously. All right, so I read up until chapter 9, like I said, and I think that's my signal to be done for the day. I took a ton of notes, and I'm gonna think about what happens in kind of like the first part of the story and continue later. So, all right, see you guys, have a good one. Hey guys, what's up? It's about 10:30 at night. It's been a couple days since I've read any Goosebumps, so it's the end of my day right now, and I am ready to unwind with a book and some tea, probably, and yeah, just chill and do some reading. So I'm planning to read some Goosebumps. So yeah, here we are. Let's get reading. Okay, so I've read up until chapter 12, and I just wanted to stop for a second and kind of reflect on how much this part in the House of Mirrors scared me as a kid. I remember reading this in the book and then watching it on the TV show and just being absolutely terrified. It was this part that I always had sort of in the back of my brain, like just being really scared of all the walls closing in and stuff and being suffocated and crushed, basically. It was funny that I had just totally forgot about this, and it was actually a really big, scary moment in this book that had an impact on me. So yeah, anyway, interesting. Hey guys, so just checking in. I have read up until chapter 17, and some thoughts are starting to formulate in my mind as I read this a little bit. Sort of the biggest thing that I'm thinking about right now is that this whole theme park sort of thing going on here is kind of a big way to express how something like this is just a really big violation of the trust that a kid has that adults are going to keep them safe at all times. We're starting to see a lot of the kids express worry that their parents have left them there, or that the theme park workers are lying to them. And it's this whole sense of, you know, kids alone in a theme park, somewhere that's supposed to be fun and a space where kids can kind of like navigate freely without worry. This whole thing has been subverted to something that's really dangerous and actually has ill intentions towards them. So it's just kind of the nugget of an idea, but I'm hoping to, as I go through the book, think about it a little bit more and kind of see what comes out of it. Alright guys, I read up until chapter 19, as you can see, and I think that's gonna be my cue for being done for the day. I usually try and do Goosebumps reads in about 3 sessions, even though technically I could just do it in 1 session because they're super short. But it's kind of nice to take it in 3, and that way, for the purpose of actually like doing work on it, I can think about it for longer and just kind of let it percolate a little bit. So yeah, I think that's my cue to chill out for a little bit longer, probably listen to a podcast or something, and go to bed eventually here. So see you guys next time. Hey friends, how's it going? It's been a couple days and I haven't read any Goosebumps whatsoever. So I'm thinking that I have a few hours this morning off, and I am going to finish this guy finally and take a bunch of notes and then start working on what's gonna be the next Goosebumps video. So yeah, let's do it. Is anybody else like practically binging Channel Zero on Shudder right now? Like, let me know if you are, because it's so good. I can't stop watching it. So excited that it's about like a haunted children's TV show. Like, yes, it's perfect. So, okay, I've read until chapter 23, And I just wanted to stop for a second and again reflect on how much this book scared me as a kid. So when they go into the coffin ride, which is where they all kind of lie down in separate coffins and go down the river, and the lids slam shut and there's this like really intense moment of claustrophobia. Man, like this, like the House of Mirrors part that I was talking about previously the other day, this made an impact on me when I was a kid and I totally forgot about it and didn't realize like how much I had like sort of kept it in the back of my brain, because when I read that part, I remembered like immediately just how scary I had found it before. I've never had this experience when reading a Goosebumps book before. I remember that there were a few that scared me and I can remember parts, but I've never read a Goosebumps book that I can hardly remember, and then as I'm reading it, I have all of these like memories twigged about how scary I found it before. Pretty cool. It sticks with you. Hey guys, what's up? I have finished the book. I am officially done, and yeah, I really enjoyed this reread a lot. There were a lot of twists and turns in the plot that I didn't see coming because I remembered so little about it. The one twist that I found the most interesting in the context of what I kind of want to talk about in my video is the fact that the family in the theme park was actually on TV the entire time, on reality television, which is really interesting because I've been thinking about like the theme park as a space throughout the whole book. And there is something about the story that keeps referring again and again to the fact that theme parks deal with kind of experiencing fear at your own discretion. You can choose whether or not to participate in fear-causing activities, but when it's revealed that they're actually on a TV show, what they have been doing is actually experiencing fear for the sake of another person's gaze. In this case, the gaze of a bunch of monsters. So everything kind of changes at that point and it becomes way less controlled. That was something that I found really interesting, and I'm gonna think about it a lot in the context of some of the stuff that I've been sort of having ideas for throughout the book. So I have to say, I loved the book. It was such a great read, just like from an entertainment standpoint. There were a lot of really funny moments, as always. There's so much humor in R.L. Stine books. Definitely really enjoyed this reread, so I'm happy that this was the one that the D20 picked for me. I'm really excited to do some research and like see what other people have to say about like carnivals and theme parks in horror stuff. I'm excited. I just don't even know what's out there to discover, so yeah. Anyway guys, if you liked this reading vlog, something that I've never done before, let me know. I could definitely do more of them for Goosebumps related videos. I really enjoyed doing this with a Goosebumps book particularly because the book is so short and I was able to just kind of talk about my ideas. It was really great. So I liked filming it, but let me know if you guys liked watching it, I guess. If you did like the video, you can go ahead and give it a like as well. And if you want to see more of me on here, you can go ahead and click subscribe. I will be here doing scary children's book reviews for the foreseeable future. If you want to follow me on various other social media as well, you can go ahead. The links are in the description below. All right guys, thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you very soon.